Hello world, I'm an average Joe and I play games, and welcome to Destiny Bootcamp, where I break down my Crucible gameplay to help you improve your game. The gameplay I have for you today was a really fun game of Control on Firebase Delphi that we went down early on and we had to make a comeback to secure the W. And I paused the video right here because right at the beginning of the game, you are faced with your first decision. What opening route are you going to take? Are you going to cap your home flag, or are you going to rush the B flag? Now we're playing on Firebase Delphi, and this map is an example of what I call a linear map. So basically, if you draw a line from the A flag and the C flag, the B flag sets right on that line. On linear maps, controlling the B flag is usually paramount to winning the match. So on these types of maps, I like to rush directly towards the B flag. And on Firebase Delphi in particular, what I like to do is I like to do a little flanky flank. So on the C side spawn, I'll go through that big window in the middle building and flank around to the back side of B and catch my enemy unawares. When I have the A side spawn, I'll do the same thing just in reverse.
Capture all zones.
But enough of that. Alright, let's get back to the action. So just like I showed you on the map, I'm going to jump through this big window, and I'm going to flank around this left side and check my corners, and then come up behind the enemy who's already passed me, already on the flag, and take them out. And I actually screw up here. This guy in cloak throws me off for some reason, and I inexplicably decide to reload instead of just continuing firing. If I had kept on shooting, I would have definitely taken him out. But I purposely chose clips for Destiny Bootcamp that are not perfect, because I want you guys to see both my good gameplay and my bad gameplay, because that's how you're going to learn and that's how you're going to get better. But anyways, back to the gameplay. So our flank maneuver worked out. Our teammates came through, captured B. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to push anymore. If the enemy wants to win, they're going to have to capture the B flag. They're going to be the ones that are going to be pushing heavy. I do not want to push up. I do not want to try to capture A. Particularly on linear maps. If you try to push up and capture A on a linear map, all you're going to do is flip the spawn, and they're just going to capture C behind your back. So you didn't really accomplish much by doing that push, and in fact, you could put your team in dire jeopardy, because by pushing up, your enemy may spawn behind you and capture the B flag. Instead, the better strategy is to hang back and patrol the B flag. And most of the time, you're going to be the only one doing this. Your teammates are going to get, try to go Rambo and push up. And as you just saw, I was the only one patrolling the B flag. As soon as I died, the enemy captured it. Now, another common mistake that I see people making, and you see me making it here, is trying to repeat the same thing over and over again, getting a bad result, and then continuing to do it. So this is the fourth or fifth time that I'm going to push through this central window and get killed in the process. I'm not changing my tactics, I'm not changing my strategy, and I'm getting my butt spanked. Changing your strategy, what you do is you force your opponents to adapt. So right here, I take a different flank route and actually push my opponents back into the B flag, further back than they were engaging us. So right now they're not covering that window. Now I do end up dying here. My teammates are not able to capitalize on my distraction, but hey, at least we tried something new. Alright, the heavy ammo is about to drop, and as you know, heavy ammo in Destiny Crucible is very powerful. Instead of single-mindedly running towards it though, what I like to do is I like to set back for a minute and camp it and kill enemy players that are themselves single-mindedly running towards it. Now like this guy right here, he saw the heavy ammo, the little purple goodies, he's running towards it, trying to be greedy, and I'm going to make him pay. Now I pause the action here because I also want to point out my positioning. So often I'll see players just kind of stand out in the open and trade shots. That's not going to win you many gun battles. If you look, I'm not standing at the top of the stairs, I'm standing down low. So I have the stairs blocking the lower half of me. I have this little structure off to the left. So I'm framing myself where only a very small portion of my body is actually sticking up. So the target that my opponent has to hit is much smaller than the target that I'm shooting at. And as you'll see, the only way that the enemy actually knocks me off of this spot is by Nova bombing me. And that, my friends, is where you want to be. You want them to have to use their super to kill you. You don't want to be killed by their gun skill. And I'll just fast forward through some of this so I don't end up with a 25-minute video. Fast forward, embarrassing death, and stop. Now let's talk about supers. So some of you may have been screaming into your computer screens that I've had my super ability charged for quite a while now. And what I like to save my super for is instances like this, where there's multiple enemies. In my opinion, that is the one thing that, or the biggest thing that supers allow you to do is to engage multiple targets. Destiny Crucible is a numbers game. Usually, the side that has the most combatants in a tactical engagement is going to win. Very rarely are you going to win a 2-on-1 battle or a 3-on-2 battle. Unless your opponents are garbage. But very rarely are you going to win those in a straight-up battle. That's why heavy ammo is so important. That's why supers are so important, because they let you even those odds and win those engagements. And once again, I'll kick this puppy into fast forward so we don't end up with too long of a video. But we're in a pretty hot battle for B right now. We eventually capture it, and again, I'm not going to push A. I'm going to step back and I'm going to patrol B, make sure that we control it for as long as possible. But I will pause the video right here. Can anybody tell me what is about to happen? I decided to switch to my fusion rifle. I have my fusion rifle out. I have good positioning on this guy. He's turned the other way. But look at the range that I'm trying to engage this guy with a fusion rifle. Don't make the mistake that I do. I get my face owned. He happened to be in Golden Gun, so I may have died anyways, but even with, if he was not in Golden Gun, I probably would not have won this gun battle. And the struggle for the B flag continues. I make a mistake here. I'm about to earn my super, and what I should have probably done is activated my super ability right away, because I know that there's a ton of enemies all around me, and I probably would have survived that engagement if I had done that. Now my teammates capture the A flag here, and this is a halfway decent strategy if you can coordinate it. So basically, all game we've been going back and forth with the B flag, and we've had a hard time capturing it, and if you look at the scoreboard, we're down by quite a bit at this point. So the strategy here is to capture the A flag, and while the enemy is in a split spawn, try to capture the B flag before they capture both of the other flags. And we'll go ahead and kick it into fast forward. Not really a whole lot to say about this little segment. I'm doing more of the same that I've already shown you. We are fiercely trying to make a comeback, inching closer and closer. But aside from that, I don't really have anything to say about this particular segment. So, do die a couple of times because of my poor aim. But maybe I'll entertain you guys with a joke. How about that? So, let's see. I know. Why did the squirrel cross the road? Wait for it. Wait for it. Because he was nuts!
You captured zone B.
No, not feeling it. My 4-year-old loves that joke. But, alright. So let's get back to the gameplay. So we just took the lead. We're only ahead by a little bit, but what we're about to do is we're about to triple cap them. And that is a really good strategy later in the game, because even just 30 seconds of being triple capped, you can seal the deal. Now this guy, he outplays me, but I'm going to show you something that I do. Notice that I threw out my trip mine grenade. Now, it didn't work on this particular respawn, but you can throw out your
Zone
trip
A
mine grenade right
neutralized.
before you
Zone
die,
C lost.
and the enemy can still trigger it
Zone
before
A
you respawn.
secure.
So
Enemy
I can't
captured
tell you
Zone
how many
C.
times I've gotten post-mortem medals because of that little tactic. So the gameplay's winding down. I went ahead and kicked it back into regular speed. And as you can see, our triple cap gambit worked. We were able to pull ahead and maintain the lead all the way through to the end, pull out with the W, and make the comeback victory.
Heavy ammo inbound.
We'll go ahead and, get the final kill, only using blade style, just like that. We won the game. So let's go and see what our record was. I'll just do a little cut here, just like, boop, that. And as you can see, we ended up with 20 kills, 8 assists, and 1.33 KDR. I would have liked to have seen that a little higher, but you win some, you lose some, and we won this game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the first episode of Destiny Bootcamp. Leave comments down in the comment section below if I missed something in my gameplay. And be sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter so you never miss an episode. Alright, we'll see you in the next game.